I told our players that, when they came here, when we were building this program, that I wanted to accomplish three things. I want to graduate players, I want to make them better men, and I want to compete for trophies and win trophies. And with Sean, Patrick, Joey, and Kyle, I feel very confident that they're all going to graduate as 3.0 students. In my eyes, without a doubt, they've all become better men. We just didn't get that trophy for them. But it's going to come, and we're going to get it at some point. And when we do, those guys, along with some of the former players from last year, are guys that built this foundation that I will, they'll be my first phone calls when we do, because they're certainly going to be part of it. That being said, with the game, I like the way we competed. I think the difference is, we're making progress here. We went from last year not being in either playoff game, getting blown out up at UNH twice. I mean, the second night was close, but only because Robbie had to make 50 saves. To taking a program now where we're in 2 one-goal games both nights, and in my mind, both games could have gone either way. The difference was, I think Vermont was a battle-tested playoff team, and we're building to be a battle-tested playoff team. We're just not there yet, but that will come. And my hat's off to them, because they found a way to get the win in the third period.
Question?
I thought it was great. Again, I think our fans are the best in the league, for sure. When you look around at the attendance at other buildings, and we're blowing them away here. The fans were great. We had a ton of energy. When Tage scored the power play goal, they go up 3-2. I loved the way we were playing in the third period. When they scored the third goal, that kind of turned the tide a little bit. And then we were weathering storms. We had a great chance with Sean Pauley on the back door, and a couple good shifts, and I think they got a fortunate bounce. They tried to pass the puck across, and Latunov stopped the puck, and it went right back to their guy, and Robbie was reading that it was going to go across, and he put it into the empty net.
What would you say on that take policy interference call?
I thought it was just, I'm not saying it wasn't a penalty. It might have been a penalty, but it was a good, he's playing physical. It's the playoffs. His hands were down. He didn't hit the head. It was just a big, hard hit. If they want to call boarding or charging, I mean, that's what the referee, they ref the game. I don't ref the game. And, if that's what he called, that's what he called. We just have to, and I think we did kill a penalty. So I think it gave us a lot of energy, actually. Again, it's their job to ref the game. It's my job to manage our bench and coach my team. And I can't, I'm not going to comment on their calls. They see the game a different way than I see it. It doesn't really matter, because we have to find a way to weather. Again, it turned into a 4-on-2, but we have to find a way to weather that. I don't think it was him. I think it was another. I think the defenseman came in late and scored the goal. I don't think he was the one who hit Sean. But yeah, it was certainly a pivotal play in the game. But like I said, it's still 3-3. With 10 minutes to go. So no one said that UConn can't win this game still. And Vermont found a way to win it, and we didn't. Well, Jeff, I think they were a hard, tough team. They were really good. I call it the gray areas, 5 feet either side of the blue line. I thought they were probably a little bit better than we were. And like I said, they're battle tested. They get some older guys and some strong veterans, and they made some, good plays. I think we're building that. The majority of our team are freshmen and sophomores who haven't played in a playoff series like that with that much intensity. Like I said, last year we were holding on for dear life, and this year we were in both games, and they were hard-fought games. And I think sometimes you have to realize that you have to give maybe a little bit more, or you got to play the game maybe a little more simple. And one mistake can really cost you in the playoffs because both teams are pretty even going into the game. Thought he was great. I thought that whole line's been great from, the Northeastern weekend on. I thought they were a fantastic line. I'm excited. Both Max Calter and Carl Elmier don't get a lot of hype, certainly that Latunov and Thompson get, but I think they're going to be integral key players down the road for us. Yeah, it really energized our bench too. Right after that, I thought we had a lot more jump and energy on the bench. That, it hurts to lose. Like it's hard to win in the playoffs. In this league, and I've been in this league a long time, with some really good teams, it's hard to win. It's really hard to, especially these first rounds. When you get to the one and done, it's a little bit different. But in these playoff series, it's hard to win when you got to beat a team twice. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of physicality, takes mentally being prepared. Not making mental mistakes, and being composed. I think maybe to your point, Jeff, maybe we lack a little composure right now. That hopefully experience will help us down the line.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
First of all, I want to congratulate UConn on a very well played, hard fought series. That was a very exciting hockey game tonight. A little bit more offensive flair than there was last night, but I thought both teams left it all out there. Very emotional game, highs and lows in terms of momentum. I thought we played extremely well at times, and then I thought they certainly gave us all we could handle and carried the momentum. Very proud of our team, down 3-2, obviously going into the third period, and to come away with a victory is a true testament to the character of our team. I thought playoffs are interesting. You tend to have different guys step up and contribute in different ways, and obviously Brian Bowen scores the biggest goal of his young college career to help us to victory. But it was a total team effort from our standpoint. I'm very proud of our team, and we look forward to advancing to the next round. Well, I tend to look up when I can't see on the bench. I tend to look up and see the jumbotron. I saw we had an opportunity. Kevin Irwin was wide open at net. I thought their defenseman made a great play, trying to take that pass away. A little bit of a lucky bounce. It just came right back to him, and Brian obviously found an opening to get it. I think it went over his blocker side. So huge goal for us. I think there was a minute 19. And, had all the feeling of going into overtime, and that line was just put together, and they came up with two of the goals this weekend. We're trying to find a little bit more offense, and I thought they had a great weekend for us. So it was nice to see.
Any other questions? Seems like Mike talks back there. Besides that,
Well, I mean, we were getting very solid goaltending from Packy Munson. We feel very fortunate that we've last 2 years, really, when it was Hoffman and Santaguida, and now Santaguida and Munson, we've been lucky to have two really good goaltenders. It was kind of a gut feeling, coming off of last weekend that we wanted to go with Michael. And the one thing you notice immediately is, one, his puck playing is very, very good. And number two, he's probably the loudest guy in the team. you know, in terms of quarterbacking back there. So, you know, it's one thing we always talk to our guys about. You go to a National Hockey League game, all you can hear is guys talking out there. The college kids with the cages or visors on tend not to communicate as much, and to have a goaltender that really takes charge back there and you know, guides his defensemen, and you know, it's just so helpful. You know, communication is huge. So he's getting back into form. You know, I think there are a couple things he still wants to work on. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet, but he made some huge saves this weekend to help us advance. I think it means a lot. You know, I said to our guys, we've had a lot of ups and downs this season. You know, it started off very rocky. We pulled it together. We struggled to maintain it, and that the slate was wiped clean, and the playoffs are all about a new season. And for us to come on the road and win in 2 is, you know, it's big for us. You know, I think you look at a lot of the series, how close they were, and again, not shocking in Hockey East that it would go to 3. So for us to get it done in 2, I think is even more special. The extra day of rest, the wear and tear on your team, we're going to need it going against whoever we play next weekend, yet to be determined, who have been rested for the most part. So we're gonna enjoy this and focus on some rest and recovery, and then get back to work. You know, again, we tried to juggle some things around for that reason. You know, we just weren't producing offense 5-on-5. Our power play was a little bit stagnant, and we just decided that, hey, it's a new season. Let's try to get some different guys involved that we felt could potentially contribute offense. Bowen being one of them. Robbie Dar again was doing some good things in practice, and we just felt like, hey, let's get some other guys involved. Excuse me, and you know, they came through this weekend. But that's what it takes in playoffs. You know, quite often you're going to find somebody that is not the normal hero that steps up to the plate. And, you know, we had a huge battle with their top line. You know, every time they were on the ice, we were put to test defensively. I mean, they're as good as anybody I've seen in college hockey this year. I mean, they're 2 freshmen that look like they're already pros. I know Mike Cavanaugh wouldn't like me to say that, but you know, just their size, their poise for freshmen, the way they compete, they're a very difficult line. So you know, we were put to the test. You know, with our top line, kind of went head to head with them on line matchups, and that meant somebody else was probably going to have to score for us, and it worked out in our favor. Just stay the course. The one thing we talked about in between periods were face-offs, and then the other thing was just putting more shots on the cage. You know, on Nichols, we felt like there could be some rebound opportunities that we were giving up trying to make the perfect shot. And it just shows you how much I know as a coach when you see number 15, our captain, come down and pick a top corner like that. We were telling our guys to try to, from off angles, you know, try to put it on net. We were missing the net an awful lot. We did it last night and again tonight. Thought, you know, hey, the only way we're going to score is probably on a rebound. Well, you know, again, an unbelievable shot by our captain to get the tire, and then was kind of a little bit of a fluky bounce there, you know, on the 4th goal. But you know, nice for us to put up some offense because it hasn't been happening very easy for us.
Any final questions? All right.
So, thanks, everyone.
Can I bring coach in and if anyone wants to play or do that?